So everyone resolves to eat healthy in the new year, but can you take it too far? Dr. Emily Cooper from the Diabesity Institute is here. You often say that it's not always health we should be focusing on when it comes to food. So why do you say that?
Well, you would think that focusing on the health aspects of food would make you healthier,
right,
but sometimes it can actually backfire because scientists have actually found that eating enjoyment and pleasurable eating experience is what makes us the happiest and the healthiest. And so sometimes eating can become can have a lot of psychological aspects that start at an early age. And food is often presented as good versus bad, which can set us up for a lot of problems. In fact, studies have shown that when children are offered food and told that they should eat it because it's healthy, they actually don't enjoy it as much.
Wow.
And that can actually create an aversion to that food that persists throughout their life. And other studies have shown that when we enjoy eating, we actually absorb more nutrients from the food.
That's really interesting, well, especially as a mother.
Yeah.
You know, because I say that all the time.
You would think, yeah.
This is healthy.
Yeah, instead you say, it's delicious, and then they would enjoy it more and incorporate it throughout their life. And other studies have even shown that our metabolism shifts. So if we are eating and we think that we're being deprived, so if we're told that we're eating something that's low calorie, even if it's not, our metabolism shifts in a way that helps our body store more fat to protect us from this perception of starvation. So it's really important to focus on enjoyment and a pleasurable experience with eating rather than totally focusing on the health aspect.
Right, I have to eat this because
yes,
it's healthy.
Yes.
There's been this trend about clean eating. First of all, explain what that is for people who don't know. And you assume clean eating means healthy eating, but
right,
is it?
Well, it is a big trend, especially here in Seattle. And the very name, clean eating, kind of implies that anything else is dirty.
Right.
Or again, it feeds into the good versus bad. Mm-hmm. And if I'm eating these good foods, I'm good. And if I'm eating these bad foods, I'm bad. So it can really set people up for problems with shame around food and really making food into something that it's not meant to be. So while it's important clean eating kind of refers to eating healthy and foods without chemicals and pesticides and organic, and all of that is something that is really great for us. But it can be taken to an extreme and entire food groups can start to be eliminated. And one popular one would be gluten. Mm-hmm. And it's eliminated in the name of health when actually it's not healthy to eliminate gluten unless you have celiac disease where you have to. But eliminating gluten then really eliminates a lot of really beneficial whole grain foods that are really good for us. And it can set you up for problems with arsenic exposure, which is in the rice-based products that are substituted. So it's not always healthy to take these things to an extreme.
Right. How do you know if you are taking it to an extreme or if someone you know or love is taking it to an extreme?
That's a really good point because it is really this good versus bad, it can set people up for these extremes. And they go into it with good intentions of, I just want to be healthier. Yeah. But over time, certain people can start eliminating things more and more and more and becoming more and more restrictive and over focusing on the health aspects, reading labels, spending lots of time planning and thinking about their food and being inflexible. So even when they're in different situations where the food that they feel is the perfect food is not available, they will choose to not eat. And then that is actually really unhealthy. And it's actually associated with an eating disorder called orthorexia, which is an eating disorder where people are over-focused on the health aspect of food. And it leads to social isolation and depression. And it's often overlooked in our society because these same people are rewarded in our society. Mm-hmm. And it's commented, you're so disciplined. And they get all these accolades when they're actually suffering.
Dr. Emily Cooper.
It's all about balance and being flexible and enjoying our food.
Enjoying.
Yes.
Thank you so much, as always.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.